Two Berkeley teens killed, two others injured during shooting at birthday party in Oakland. No arrests have been announced in the Saturday night shooting. Let's go to this picture here. Oakland, California, October 2nd. Bloodstains are cleaned up after a quadruple shooting on Apgar Street in Oakland, California on Sunday, October 2nd, 2022. Two teen boys were killed and two others were injured when gunfire erupted at a birthday party for a 17-year-old girl. I hate seeing pictures like this, but also at the same time, I love seeing pictures like this because every time I report on a mass shooting, the majority of the time, the pictures are stock images, a police car, yellow tape, something like that. But in this picture, we actually see the forensics people having to come clean up blood stains. That's a horrible, horrifying picture that this happens in the United States of America, in one of the richest parts of the United States of America, in San Francisco, right? In the Bay Area, which is one of the most expensive places in the country to live. And this continues to happen. So seeing this sort of carnage, seeing the aftermath of the carnage, paints a better picture in people's minds of what happens every day in the United States. There have been over 625 mass shootings in the United States of America in 2022 alone. This number will continue to rise until we have actual nationwide gun reform. Let's go to this article here. This was written by Harry Harris for East Bay Times, published originally on October 2nd, 2022, updated on October 3rd. Two teen boys were killed and two others were injured when gunfire erupted at a birthday party for a 17-year-old girl Saturday night in Oakland, authorities said. The teens, all of whom were Berkeley residents, were shot at about 9:45 p.m. at a rented home in the 900 block of Apgar Street in North Oakland, on a residential street running between Market Street and West MacArthur Boulevard, authorities said. The party of a couple dozen teenagers had been going for 2 or 3 hours when someone entered the house and began shooting, authorities said. Two teenagers, ages 15 and 17, were pronounced dead at the scene. Their names have not been released, pending notification of next of kin. Rest in peace to the two teens. That's a tragedy. Two other teen boys, ages 15 and 16, were found outside of the house and taken to a hospital. They are expected to live. Police said that all the victims knew each other and some of them may be related. In a statement Sunday, Berkeley Unified School District Superintendent Anikia Ford Morthell shared her shock and grief on behalf of the district's parents, teachers, staff, and students. We are deeply saddened to have learned that two Berkeley High School students and beloved members of the BUSD family lost their lives yesterday in a senseless act of gun violence. Our hearts go out to their family and everyone impacted by this tragedy, Ford Morthell said in part, adding that district leadership would be at Berkeley High campus Monday to show support. Because these were two of our own, we are all feeling this pain collectively and must hold each other especially close and care for one another. Berkeley High School counselors and district and school leadership began working this morning to prepare resources and supports for students at school tomorrow, including comprehensive counseling services. A neighbor recalled hearing about a dozen gunshots in rapid succession Saturday night, breaking the sound of conversation at the party. After taking cover, he and his girlfriend saw a teen boy laying on the walkway outside the duplex. The neighbor ran to get the first aid kit and called 911, while his girlfriend, who had some first aid training, ran outside and applied a tourniquet around one of the teenager's limbs. By that point, almost everyone at the party appeared to have dispersed into the night. He said, "Help me, I've been shot. He was very young," said the neighbor's girlfriend, who asked not to be identified out of concern for her safety. She expressed shock at the shooting, adding, "I'm so sorry for all those moms and dads." Let's go to this footage here. A crime scene cleaning crew scrubs blood from the sidewalk along Apgar Street after a shooting that killed two teens on Sunday, October 2nd, 2022 in Oakland, California. Once again, images like this paint a better picture of the carnage that continues to happen on American streets. And those bloodstains should be there as reminders to people about how our streets are literally soaked in blood. When you walk the sidewalks of the United States of America, you are literally walking on blood. The country is built on blood. The country is sustained on blood because the billions of dollars that the gun manufacturers make every year come at the cost of blood of everyday Americans. On Sunday morning, two men brushed away blood from the concrete walkway where those neighbors found the teenager. A lone piece of crime scene tape hung from the front porch of the blue duplex where it all took place. Another could be seen flapping in the breeze in the backyard where two red plastic cups sat tipped over on the ground. A trail of blood led west, down the block, and around the corner, where Emeryville police found another gunshot victim from the party laying on the sidewalk outside an apartment building along San Pablo Avenue. On Sunday, 2 cleaners showed up at the house to clean it, as they said they normally do after someone stays at the property. They were unaware that the shooting had taken place the night before, and they left as professional crime scene workers began cleaning the inside of the house. One of them, who did not give her name, said that a colleague had cleaned the unit the day before. This is a side note, but why would the cleaners come, so soon? Don't the police have to sweep for evidence and check the house? I mean, all these cleaners coming, they could be destroying evidence that could lead to finding the people who did the shooting. But I digress. The shooting comes amid a violent stretch in Oakland. A shooting just 3 days earlier left 6 people wounded at the King Estates Education campus in East Oakland. During that incident, at least 2 gunmen made their way into the campus's front doors on Wednesday and opened fire in what police say was a targeted gang-related hit on someone at the campus. No arrests have been pronounced. The killings Saturday night marked the 97th and 98th deaths investigated as homicides by Oakland police so far this year. Oakland police had investigated 105 homicides at the same point last year. The California Highway Patrol has also investigated another 5 homicides within city limits in 2022. Close to 100 homicides in Oakland, a city of about maybe 1 million people, maybe a bit more. Meanwhile, in other major metropolitan areas, such as Paris, such as Istanbul, Turkey, such as Rome, Athens, they don't even crack 50, maybe even less homicides in a year, and they're able to solve all of their homicides that happen in a year. Meanwhile, in the United States, so many homicides go unsolved. 625 mass shootings can happen in a year, and Americans are not actually concerned about actual gun control. This should be a serious issue because regular, everyday Americans are facing this, of all backgrounds. A reward of up to $30,000 is being offered for information leading to the arrest in the shooting. Anyone with information can call Oakland police at this number, or Crime Stoppers at this number. A house along the 900 block of Apgar Street is photographed after a shooting that killed 2 teens on October 2nd, 2022. Here's the picture of the house. Here's another picture. Looks like a man jogging by the same place where there was blood on the street. This is America, folks. This is America. You clean up blood on the streets while this guy is running and picking up his morning coffee about to head to work. A skateboarder rides past a crime scene cleaning crew cleaning blood from the sidewalk along Apgar Street after a shooting that killed 2 teens. Yeah, that's America. Skateboard right over this crime scene of a mass shooting. Right. A backyard area of a home along the 900 block of Apgar Street is photographed after a shooting that killed 2 teens on Sunday, October 2nd, 2022. This is where it happened, and that's the end of the story. And this story has been out for about a few weeks now, about 2 weeks, and most Americans have not heard of it, and it has not hit mainstream media attention because this is normalized in America. This scene right here is normalized, and it should not be. We should actually have more concern for our fellow citizens. All lives matter. For anybody who's going to come into the comments and say, well, these kids who did the shooting got their guns illegally. They are able to get illegal guns because legal guns can be purchased. Legal guns fuel the black market that allows people with criminal intent or people who are in the heat of the moment or in committing a crime of passion end up shooting. Illegal guns don't just come up from the ground or drop from the sky. All right, as far as I know. If you know another way that guns flood a society, please tell me. But as it is right now, America is the biggest gun manufacturer in the world, so it's not a surprise that we continue to have so many guns being sold. And now, the tragedy is that 2 teenagers lost their lives over something probably very trivial that did not need to happen. In other countries, kids get into fights, kids have disagreements, kids even pull out knives and stuff. But the level of violence that continues to affect young people in America is directly related to guns. I believe there was a statistic earlier this year that the leading cause of death for people under the age of 30 in the United States is gun violence. That is a statistical fact. Please go check out the video I made about the gun violence statistics on my channel. We need to actually have reform in America to make it safe for all Americans. My name is Simon Hill. Abolish the Second Amendment. Thank you for watching. Peace.